change manager. Okay. Now Deloitte has given me a job title which calls as digital workflow specialist. These job titles were not there before, and this is what organizations are now looking at because of the changes that have happened. Every enterprise company is hard pressed for improving productivity and reducing the cost. And most of the projects that they have is on the new technology, is on Gen AI, is on developing products, developing projects which can actually reduce the cost and improve the productivity, and that's exactly what is happening in ServiceNow. Earlier we used to say IT transforms business. Today, digital transformation itself is business. So that's the change that we have seen. So I'll give a couple of things about ServiceNow. It basically allows an employee to work the way they would want to work and not how the software dictates. And that's exactly what the customer is also looking at, because they would want to do the way they would want to do, how they would want to do, when they would want to do. And these are the changes that have come in. And when you look at the kind of growth that we have seen from ServiceNow, I'll give examples of ServiceNow because I'm sure that is where you would get connected, you will understand what's the kind of opportunity that we have for students in your colleges. Until I would say about COVID time, I joined ServiceNow about 5 years back, and Hyderabad had about 700 employees. Today worldwide we have about 23,000 employees. 1 out of 5 employees are in India. Hyderabad today has 4,500 employees. In the next 1 year we would be adding 1,000 employees. This is the second largest development center outside of US. And the reason primarily is you all know that 70% of global IT workforce is in India. Whether any country likes it or not, that's a fact. Okay, and there is 20x demand for digital skills. And if you log on to NASCOM portal, you will read that India would be the next digital talent hub of the world, and that's absolutely correct. Okay. That's absolutely correct. India is a fast growing economy with exponential workforce, that's also correct. Okay. Now, earlier we used to see these BPO companies who started in India. Okay, and then you started seeing the system integrators who started building the projects, and that is where the job opportunities come. Today we have GCCs. Because every multinational company is investing in India and they are looking at the entire back-end operations to build the BPC part of it and BPM part of it to be based on it. Okay, and going back onto the ServiceNow, during the COVID time, a lot of non-IT companies have started investing in IT. They didn't have a choice. They had to invest in IT because they had to automate their whole operations. I'll give an example which I keep giving to the students whenever I meet up with them. There's a company called Sigma Foods in Bangalore. They basically manufacture food biscuits. In my wildest dream, I wouldn't have expected that Sigma Foods would become ServiceNow. During the COVID time, they didn't know what to do with the inventory because there is huge inventory that was lined up in their organization. They bought CSM software from us, which is customer service management, and they automated their entire operations. And then they called up and said, Bhaskar, we are not able to implement this whole thing, and the reason is we do not have talent in the market. And then the same thing happened when we meet with TCS. I'll give TCS an example because there's a lot of work that we are doing with TCS. TCS is the largest ServiceNow partner across the globe. They do have about 3,500 people working on ServiceNow practice, developing a lot of projects on ServiceNow. I'll not name the organization that they have recently backed, and there is a huge requirement that I have. I'm not able to serve TCS requirement right now because I'm not able to get the right talent from the market. Okay, so when that was the situation, now any of the large system integrators, for them, talent is very important. And you all know that there are only 2 ways of hiring talent. One is lateral hiring, second is campus. Lateral hiring is one person moving from one organization to another organization. Campus hiring, we were not doing anything in the campus. So in October 22, we launched a program called Rise Up with ServiceNow, and that the charter of that program globally is to primarily get 1 million people on ServiceNow platform. And obviously you all would agree that 30-35% has to come in from India. And then we went and looked at how do we get this talent in the market. I did a workshop inviting all the organizations, and then I said, I would want to integrate ServiceNow curriculum into the universities. Now tell me what kind of jobs that you have. And TCS, Accenture, Wipro, Infosys, Capgemini, HCL, all these guys said, Bhaskar, we would need 2 types of people. One is developers, second is admin. 90% of them, they said we need developers because we need them to be part of the design thinking process. We need them to be able to develop an application on ServiceNow. About 10-15% said we need admin guys because we need them to, configure this thing for the configuration or for installation and that part, basically on the admin part. So then we created a 80-85 hour of curriculum which includes ServiceNow fundamentals. It includes scripting. There is a little bit of scripting that is there, and then we included application developer fundamentals. And we said any student who has basics of programming can get into this program because we don't need anything else. The basics of programming is what we need, and I believe that basics of programming is something that is taught as part of the semester itself. Whether it is on Java or C or C++ or Python doesn't. The first university that we signed is Shastri Sir's SRM University. I still remember when I made a presentation to him, his first question was, I keep getting this request day in and day out. You tell me what is the kind of job role that the student would get after completing this program, and that is what is important to me. Today we have about 14 students from that university who joined ServiceNow, and as Dr. Buddha said, they all are there's one set which is at 36 lakhs, there's another set at 42 lakh. So we did this curriculum integration and started getting into the universities, and I always felt that why should a student from other states be deprived of this program? Hence I took a decision we would have maximum 1 or 2 universities in every state. Today we have 23 universities across 18 states across the country, and that is the curriculum integration that we did. The second thing that we started doing was, and my personal belief is that the future talent is expected to come in from smaller towns. Okay? And then we went and signed up with NASSCOM, and then on the NASSCOM portal we have put in a 24-hour of content absolutely at no cost. These courses are pretty expensive. Unfortunately, ServiceNow doesn't have regional pricing. It has only one price across the globe for a course of ServiceNow Administration Fundamentals. It costs $500. The 3 courses is about $1,500, and there are 2 certification exams which cost about $600. So that's about $2,100. I keep telling my US bosses saying that even if Ambani-san would want to enroll into this program, you'll think twice. Well, $2,100 multiplied by 83 plus 18% GST is definitely more. Okay. So but then we gave this program absolutely at no cost on NASSCOM portal. Any individual from India, and this, we have whitelisted the IP addresses on NASSCOM portal to ensure that any individual outside of India who logs in will not be able to get access to it. It's only for the Indian students. Indian citizens, whether it is a student or a veteran or an employee or we call them as individuals or working professionals or individuals who have transferable skills. Anybody can go and do that program on NASSCOM. And the next thing that we did is we went and put up this whole thing. We're talking to Dr. Buddha sir, and then we today have a collaboration with AICTE, and our 2 tracks, which is admin track and the developer track, is put up on AICTE virtual internship portal, and that is for all the students across the country. And then we went and signed up with SmartBridge. Sridhar is here. So they are our delivery partners, because single-handedly for me, I will not be able to get the students, because for me, the learning competition is important. Okay, I have no problem in extending this program to your individual institution, but the only thing that I will need is, since there is a huge investment that we are putting in, I need a commitment from you that the students would be able to complete the course. That is a big, big ask that I have. And the reason being that I'm not saying that it is raining jobs on ServiceNow platform, but there is enough and more demand for ServiceNow talent. You probably would laugh every Monday I log on to Naukri.com and enter ServiceNow developer and ServiceNow system administrator. I would find at least 2,500 to 3,000 jobs. I feel so happy about it that there are jobs in the market. Okay, and I believe that at least 8 to 10% of that is for freshers. I have a lot of data. I do not have the slide, but I have a lot of data which I have shared with Shastri sir of SRM University. I have data in terms of how many job openings are there by city. And in the last 12 months' time, we have seen close to about, on an average, 3,400 jobs that got posted every month in the last 12 months. And this is public data. This is not internal to ServiceNow. This is public data. So I would, if you guys are anyone who is interested to offer this program to your student, I'm looking at students who are expected to graduate in 2025. The branch is absolutely doesn't matter, except for civil engineering students, which I have not taken, but otherwise any other branch is absolutely fine. Reach out to Smart Bridge because they are the guys who are helping me to get these students onto the portal as part of the AICT collaboration that we have, and that is an investment that we do. Okay, and then what we do is we have a portal which we call it as ServiceNow Partner Portal. The beauty of this whole thing is any student who is certified in system administrator or application developer, by default, their data or their credentials is posted on the global ServiceNow Partner Portal. What it means is that any partner in the globe who has a requirement will have access to that data. So I have students from Rajol, I have one student from Salem, I have one student from Gorakhpur who got a job from our partner who are based out of Netherlands. There's one who got from London, there is one who's got from, I think, Sweden. Okay? Absolutely fine. End of the day, they are able to get. So the prerequisite for a student to apply for a job, either at ServiceNow or at ServiceNow partner organization, is they need to be certified both in admin and in application. Okay, so that is where I would want to share about the ServiceNow practice part of it. Thank you so much, Vijay and Srinivas, to give me that opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your insights on evolving job roles and bringing your valuable experience to us. I request all the dignitaries to come on to the dais for felicitation.
I request all of you to please come to the dais for felicitation. I request my core committee members all to join us on the dais. So, in addition to me and Srinivas sir, we have our treasurer Venkat Rao sir, we have Anil from VVIT core committee, service from Shri, the group of institutions. We have Donana, we have Vinay Chopra sir, and Kiran from KPRIT. Yeah, please. Treasurer plays a key role for us, and we also have Shikha Kaushik from VGIT. Thank you so very much. So felicitation, can we have it? For Buddhist and Rishikesh, thank you so much for coming all the way from Delhi and giving us a lot of insights on the initiatives.